My name is Chelsea, and the goal of this video is really just to help teach you some things you can do to prepare your home before surgery to help make you comfortable and confident that you'll be successful in your home after surgery. So after your surgery, you will be going home with a walker. Typically, you'll be getting this walker from the hospital. However, if you already have a walker purchased, we just have to make sure it's the right kind. A lot of people tell me they have a walker that has a seat. That would be this type of walker. This is unfortunately not the kind of walker that you're going to want after surgery. After surgery, you're going to want to be able to offload some of your weight. When you do that with this type of walker, unfortunately it moves. That makes this type of walker, called a rollator, very unsafe. This is not the type of walker you're going to want to have. If you already have this type of walker and your insurance paid for it within the last 5 years, you will have to go out and purchase this kind of walker. This type of walker is the kind that you are going to want to have. It has 2 wheels on front, and if you notice, there are no wheels in the back of it. That allows you to be able to put weight down through it without it moving at all. It does fold up for transportation and storage. With this type of walker, because it does not have 4 wheels, it does not roll smoothly on rugs. So we ask that if you can, go ahead and put up all of your throw rugs and store them until after you're safely off of a rolling walker. I'll demonstrate how unsafe it is while you're on a rolling walker. As you're walking and putting some weight down through, the front wheels do get onto the rug without any hesitation. It's the back that will catch the rug almost every time, causing a tripping hazard, especially because by this time you've already stepped forward and it's out of your vision, so you cannot see that the rug has already come up and could cause a tripping hazard for your next foot. I understand that a lot of area rugs, heavy furniture is setting on top of, and it's not something that's easily removable. That's something that we ask that you be very conscientious of whenever you are approaching an area rug, that you get all 4 legs of the walker on before you actually step on the rug. I'll demonstrate. All 4 legs of the walker are on the rug now, and I'm ready to step onto the rug because I know that these back legs have cleared the edge of the rug. And now I can proceed onto the area rug. So if you can, please remove all throw rugs. Typically these rugs are by your door, they're runner rugs, or they're in your bathrooms. If you can remove all the throw rugs, leaving the area rugs, but just having a good reminder that when you approach those area rugs, you have to be very conscientious of where your walker is and where your body is in relation to that rug. Before your surgery, start thinking about which access point is going to be the easiest way to get into your house. Think about, do you have stairs to get into your front door? Is your garage full of clutter and debris? Once you've analyzed which access point is going to be the best one to get into your house, start practicing it. Most all access points at least have a threshold, some taller than others. So no matter what, you're probably going to have to come across a threshold with a walker. So I'm going to teach you how to do that the safest way. First, you want to make sure your walker is as close to the threshold as you can be. Then, your body needs to be inside the walker as much as it can be. Then, we want to make sure all 4 legs of the walker are up onto the landing. Now you're ready to step inside your home. You want to step inside your home with your stronger leg. That would be the leg that you did not have surgery on. So while you're walking around your house before surgery, I want you to imagine yourself walking around your house with a walker. How are you going to get around your house? Is it enough room? Do you have clear pathways, or do you have some clutter? Even if you don't have any clutter, is your decor a problem? For example, this chair and this stairway, it's too close together to have a walker through it. So you might have to do a little bit of rearranging just so that you have enough room to safely get a walker through before you have surgery, so you don't have to worry about it after surgery. And remember, we've already talked about these rugs. We're going to make sure to get all of these rugs up before surgery so that we don't have to worry about them after, and that's one less tripping hazard that you have to worry about. Another thing to think about that isn't an obvious clutter item or an obvious thing that might be a problem is ottomans. Ottomans sit in front of couches like this, and it's going to be very difficult to have a walker get through here so you can safely sit down. So go ahead and remove the ottoman until you get off your walker and can safely navigate this area. Something else you might consider before your surgery is where are you going to sit after your surgery? I know a lot of us have those big comfy couches that we just sink into, but remember, the further you sink down, the further you're going to have to stand up. So a good rule of thumb is, if your hips ever sink below your knees when you're sitting, that's not a good chair to sit in. So really the one type of chair you want to look for is kind of a captain chair like you have at your dining room table. Something that has a tall back that will be able to support you, as well as two arms that you can push off of. Anything that rocks and glides is going to be very, very difficult to stand up from. So something that's firm, solid, tall back, with arms, it's a perfect chair for you to consider for your after-surgery recovery chair. And while we love our pets, they can be a tripping hazard too. So make sure before you get home, the pets are put away until you get home and are safely seated, and then they can get readjusted to you being home again. One of the things you want to think about before you have your surgery is where you're going to be sleeping. Is your bedroom upstairs or is it downstairs? If your bedroom's upstairs, is there a place you can sleep downstairs just for about a week after your surgery until you get strong enough to make it upstairs? If not, that's okay. I'm going to show you the easiest, safest way to get up and downstairs. Ideally, you'd want to have two rails, and when you go up and downstairs, you want to be able to reach both of those rails. If you do not have both rails, then get as close as you can to the rail you do have. In this case, the rail is going to be on my left-hand side. For this scenario, I'm going to say my right leg is the one that I had surgery on. Always when you're going upstairs, you want to go up with your good leg, down with your bad leg. In this scenario, the good leg is non-surgery leg. This is my surgery leg. So we're going to go up with the good, and then we're bringing up the surgical leg. Up with the good, and then we're bringing up the surgical leg. As you can see, the good strong leg is the one that's doing all the work. The surgical leg is kind of just along for the ride. Up with the good, pulling it up, bringing up that surgical leg. So using the same scenario that my right leg is the surgical leg, we're going to come down the stairs with the right leg going down first. Down with the bad, down with the weak. As you can see, my strong leg is the one doing all of the work. One step at a time. Once I get down to this last step, as you can see, I have my walker ready for me to reach down here to get off of the steps. And that's the safest way to do the steps. One thing to consider, especially if you're having a total hip replacement, is which side of the bed you're sleeping on. It actually does matter. You want the leg that you had surgery on to be in the middle of the bed. For example, if I had surgery on my right hip, I would want to get in on this side of the bed. But if I had surgery on my left hip, I'd want to get in on the other side of the bed, which means that I would need to do a little preparation before my surgery because I cannot get in on that side of the bed right now. So let's go with the scenario of I had surgery on my right hip, and I'm going to get in on this side of the bed. I'm simply going to back up to the bed and get my bottom onto the bed, scooting back at an angle. If you notice, it automatically pops my leg up. Scooting back at an angle does the work for me, so that I'm not having to use my muscles to completely lift my leg on the bed. The motion of scooting back at an angle does it for me, and I simply have to slide my leg over. Now I bring my non-surgical leg on the bed, and I'm ready to lay down. Before your surgery, go ahead and go in your kitchen and think about what items you're going to be using frequently. Go ahead and make sure that those items are in easy-to-reach places. If there's any items that you use that are on the top two shelves, bring them to this bottom shelf so that you're able to easily reach them without having to get on your tippy toes or bring out a ladder or step. Because after your surgery you're going to be on a walker, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get into cabinets. you're going to have a walker in your way when opening doors. That's going to make it a little bit more limiting. That's one of the reasons why we want to make sure that everything is already easily accessible either on the counter or in these above cabinets that's on this bottom shelf. Another thing that I want to address really quickly is if you're in any narrow spaces, a lot of times the kitchen or the bathrooms are a narrow space. Sometimes the walker isn't able to get through them going forward, but that's okay. What we don't want to see happen is you to pull your walker away and you to furniture walk, holding onto the counter. That becomes unsafe and it becomes a huge tripping hazard. What we do want to see happen is for you to simply turn your walker, you stay in your walker, and you just take side steps with the walker. This is a much easier and safer way to get where you're going, and it doesn't become a tripping hazard. Okay, so here we are. We have made it to one of the more dangerous places in the house, the bathroom. But don't worry, I've got some tips and tricks to show you to help make it a little bit more safe. One of the things that I can recommend for you to purchase, especially if you have a tub shower combo, is called a tub transfer bench. This is what it looks like. Unfortunately, insurance does not help pay for the tub transfer bench. You would have to purchase it at Walmart, sometimes Walgreens, or places like Amazon. But it does improve your safety in the bathroom. Let me demonstrate how it works. Instead of having to step up over the tub or back out of the tub when it's in wet environment, all you simply do with your walker is take some side steps to even yourself up with the tub transfer bench. Once you're even, you're ready to sit down. You're going to reach back and have a seat. Push the walker away and scoot back on the tub transfer bench. Now you're ready to bring your legs over. Sliding back, you bring your legs over one at a time. And then you can scoot into your shower even more. You can pull the shower curtain across so that your water still doesn't get out on the ground, and you are able to fully take a shower here. In addition, you can purchase one of the shower handheld shower heads so that you're able to fully get water all over your body. Or you can continue to have the water come out of the shower head as normal and just use a cup to get it all over your body to rinse. So once you're done rinsing and washing, it's time to dry off. But this is where it gets dangerous, because now we have a wet environment. And remember, I've told you to move all those rugs out of your house because that's a tripping hazard. So what we want you to do is have a towel ready to go. Dry off as much as you can in the tub. Get as much of your legs dry, feet dry, and the outside of the tub dry. Then you're ready to scoot over. Bring one leg out at a time, and over, and then finish drying off as much as you can outside of the tub. By this point, the majority of you should be dried off, and you haven't even had to stand up. Then you can simply pull the towel over your walker, bring your walker to you, push up off of the bench, and you're ready to stand up and be about your way. Think about where your toilet is. Is your toilet in a room by itself, or is it next to a counter? How high is your toilet? Is it a tall handicap toilet, or is it a regular low toilet? Especially if you're having a total hip replacement or a total knee replacement, a low toilet is very hard to get off of because you have no arm rails to push up off of, therefore no leverage to stand up, and because your center of body is very low, it's going to be very difficult to get off of with an injured leg. One product that sometimes your insurance will help pay for is called a 3-in-1. The reason it's called a 3-in-1 is because it does three things. The first thing it does is it acts as a bedside commode. So all in all, you can just put this whole thing right next to your bed. You can use it as a potty, and it can be placed anywhere in your house. However, what you can do is take out the bucket and place this whole device on top of your commode. What that does is raise the height of the commode, and it allows you to push up from these arms when getting off the commode. Okay, so this is how the bedside commode, or the 3-in-1 as I was describing to you, fits over your toilet. It allows you to have arms to push up off of, but I still have the walker right here in front of me ready for when I do stand up. So I can easily just stand up from the commode and hold on to my walker, and then I'm ready to go. So just to review, these are the 3 pieces of items that someone may recommend to you after surgery. For sure you're going to be recommended the rolling walker. Remember, this one doesn't have a seat. The other one is a tub transfer bench. This one is a self-pay item. Insurance unfortunately will not pay for this item, but this is an item you can get off Amazon or Walmart and some Walgreens. The third and final one is called a 3-in-1 or a bedside commode. Again, it can be used as a bedside commode next to your bed. It can be used over a toilet. And the third use could be in a shower that you walk into. So these are the 3 pieces of equipment that may be ordered for you after your surgery, or you may look into buying to prepare your home before you go into surgery so you can be successful after surgery.